When Jess went for a few after-work drinks in Glasgow last month, she never imagined it would lead to her being spiked.
I felt absolutely fine. I went to the bathroom and then I woke up on the floor an hour later. I couldn't control anything. I felt like a rag doll. And it was just absolutely terrifying because I felt like I was stuck in my body and unable to move, unable to function. And I knew that it wasn't just alcohol because I was so unwell.
The next day, she went to report the incident, but says she was ping-ponged between the police and the health service. 34 hours had passed before she was eventually asked to provide a urine sample.
And just the frustration of the waiting game, knowing that every hour that went by meant I was a little bit less likely to get the test results and get the answers to what happened to me.
Self-doubt, a fear of not being believed, and a pervasive belief that victims have just had one too many drinks are some of the major barriers preventing people from reporting spiking. The Home Affairs Committee says spiking will remain an invisible crime without renewed efforts to tackle it from police, venues and the nightlife industry. After a sharp rise in cases last year, including reports of spiking by injection, students challenged their universities to make women's safety a priority.
Similarly to the approach taken for first aiders in a supermarket, where there has to be a certain level of first aiders, there needs to be a certain percentage of venue staff trained in GBV, because then what you're ensuring is that no matter what night's on or who's on the shift, there's going to be at least someone that's trained in that to ensure that if a victim or a person comes forward, that they can get the support they need.
Police Scotland insists it does have clear protocols in place to ensure full and thorough investigations are carried out. The Scottish Government says it's committed to tackling all forms of violence against women.
The act of spiking shows that you've got no respect for consent. It doesn't show that you don't understand consent. There's just no excuse for it.
I don't think the way to solve that is necessarily to get some shiny new offence or to get some new laws in. I think what we need is just to see convictions. And I think the hardest thing is actually thinking about the fact that I don't know why someone put that in my drink. I don't know whether they wanted to do something worse to me, whether they wanted to rob me, assault me.
A lack of data means it's difficult to know how prevalent spiking is, but its victims will find it hard to forget. Laura Alderman, STV News, Stirling.